Hello everyone, welcome to CodeChef. Myself Jwala Chaurase, and today we are going to solve the problem which came into starters 217. The name of the problem is add to make positive and the problem code is ADDPOS. The difficulty rating of the problem is cakewalk and the prerequisite is ad hoc. Let's start with reading the problem statement over here. So guys, problem says an array A of length n is called good if the sum of all its elements is non-negative, that is a1 plus a2 till a of n is greater than or equal to 0. Find the minimum non-negative integer x such that if you add x to each element of the array becomes good. That is an array B of length n defined as B of I is equals to A of I plus x is good. Input format. The first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting the number of test cases. Each test case consists of multiple lines of input. The first line of each test case contains a single integer n. The second line contains an integer a1, a2 till a of n. Output format. For each test case, output on a new line, the minimum x needed. Constraint for t lies from 1 to 100, for n lies from 1 to 100, a of I lies from minus 100 to 100. So guys, now let's understand the sample. Let's get in the question more precisely over here. So guys, this question is very straightforward. It says that you are given an array A of length n, which is called good if sum of its all non-negative element, that is all the positive element, is greater than or equal to 0. We have to find the minimum non-negative integer x such that if you add x to each element of the array becomes good. Okay, so either we have to find an element x, a minimum non-negative integer, that is a minimum positive integer, such that we add this element to all the elements of the array a1, a2, a3. The sum of them would become positive. Okay, right? Very clear question, guys. Now let's take the first test case. This is the first test case. Okay, I've got 3 and the array is 1 minus 5 minus 3. So if we add 3 to all the elements, then it will become what? Let's have plus 3. It will become 4 minus 5 plus 3. It will become minus 2 minus 3 plus 3. It will become 0. And if we take their sum, it will be what? 2. So 3 is the minimum possible number which is should be added so that the sum of them should become a positive integer. So output is simply 3. Right. So guys, I think the test cases are pretty much clear. Now let's move towards the simple solution. Let s equal to a1 plus a2 till a of n denote the initial sum of a. Suppose we add x to every element of the array. The sum of the elements now become a1 plus x plus a of n plus x, which is equals to a of 1 plus a of n plus n times of x plus equal to s plus n times of x. So we are just looking for the smallest non-negative integer x such that s plus n times of x is greater than or equal to 0. Note that the above inequality rearranges to x greater than or equal to minus s of n. So if s is greater than or equal to 0, the answer is 0 since x equal to 0 works. Otherwise, s is lesser than 0, and the answer is the smallest integer that's greater than minus s by n. This is by definition, see, minus s by n, that is the value minus s by n rounded up. Alternately, since the array elements are small, you can just iterate over x starting from 0 upwards and check if s plus n times of x is greater than or equal to 0 is true. Since minus 100 is lesser than or equal to a of I, the answer is no more than 100. So this will terminate quickly. So guys, I think the solution is pretty much clear. Now let's move towards the simple C++ code. So guys, this is my simple C++ code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as for my array. I initialize sum equal to 0 and store the sum of all the elements over here in my sum. Okay. Yeah, and I'm doing my operation over here and simply printing my x value. Okay, by checking all. And as you can see that guys, I have got my C++ code right now. Let's move toward the Python code. So guys, this is my similar Python code. I took the input for all the test cases as well as my array. I initialize s where I will be storing the sum of all the elements of the array. For x in range till 101, I will check if s plus n times of x is greater than or equal to 0. It's simply that would be my x, that is the minimum positive value. And as you can see that guys, I have got my Python code as well as right. So guys, I think the solution, the code and the approach is pretty much clear. Now let's meet in the next video. Thank you so much guys for watching our videos.